Good morning. It is 7 and a bit. It's later than I wanted it to be. I lost an hour because of the time zone, but we're all done, ready. We got 100% battery. We charged it overnight at the hotel's charging, and we're going to burn that battery off a little bit and then get a coffee at the next supercharger. First leg is from Boise, Idaho. I think that's right. I think that's how you pronounce that. To Twin Falls, Idaho. The morning light after driving through the dark. It got dark so early yesterday, and so it was just pitch black from 5 p.m. onwards. Woken to some gorgeous rain, ragged, torn clouds lit behind by the rising sun. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty good start to the day. The sun. Oh, that looks cool. That looks amazing. The landscape is just incredible. I'm going to ruin it. I'm going to use geologist terms, but there's a flat bit and then there's like a slopey bit, and it looks really nice. We're coming up to the Twin Falls, Idaho charger. I think they've put it right by the tourist attraction of the falls. I was kind of curious about that. Like, if you have a bit of time, if you've got a bit of time to spend, 20 minutes, and then you place the chargers next to tourist attractions, then the fueling becomes part of the road trip. So as we approach this supercharger, the navigation then switches on to the next leg. Time for a hat. It's hat time. Okay, I got 20 minutes at Twin Falls. I'm just gonna go with wow. That's wow. Imagine it when it's sunny. So we're only supposed to be here for 20 minutes. I took a little longer to get a coffee and a muffin. Instead of it just putting just enough in to get, it's actually nearly filled the battery, which is great. This last little stretch here is definitely, it's hitting its stride. This is what autopilot's really good at. The road surface is really smooth and pleasant. The car's just gliding along effortlessly. Fiddlesticks. I took a wrong turn. It's not the end of the world. The car's going to reroute me. One of the reasons I turned off the directions voice is because I found that whenever I missed a turn that the computer wanted you to take, her next instruction, I don't know, it seemed laced with sarcasm. You know, take the right, take the next right. Whoops. And it's little detours like this where you just make a slight mistake and it then costs you a little bit of extra energy to kind of figure it out and get back on the road that you were supposed to be on. That can be extra nerve-wracking if you are set to arrive with a very small percentage, which is why a buffer is always a good idea. Okay, so we're coming up for my turn off, and we'll see what Tesla has picked on its navigation. Sometimes I've just been looking at some farm roads go by, and hopefully it's not a farm road. Just because I turned the lady's voice off doesn't mean that she can't still punish me. This is what we've got here. Okay, we're going to try this detour road. Tesla routing lady. She still doesn't like me. I'm curious how well autopilot handles these roads. Let's find out. Straight up, it brought the speed down. We're still on the road. It has a reasonably defined center line and a very vaguely defined right-hand line. It needs me to interact with the steering wheel. This is probably the every 10 seconds rule that I've seen, where every 10 seconds it wants to make sure that you're there. Now, Okay, I've taken it out of autopilot because now we've lost all markings and gravel, and routing lady does not like me. Anyway, we'll be back on the freeway soon. So here's an interesting thought. So this was obviously a very slow detour because I've had to go very, very slowly. And so time-wise, it would have been faster to turn around and go straight back onto the freeway, correct my my misturn with more freeway miles. Paved road. But by going super slowly over a shorter distance, I used a lot less battery than if I turned around and carried on going highway speeds, because the car is efficient slowly. I'm not sure about such a rough road, and so then I don't have to make up as much battery usage when I'm charging. That is your winning road trip shot right there. Endless amounts of road and a backdrop of mountains and sky as far as you can see. Spectacular. I really like the way that autopilot, when it's on the maximum follow distance of 7 cars, that it stops you from kind of running up too close to the back of something and stops you from doing that kind of fast overtake move. All right, let's check out the dirt that I won at the on the farm road. Yeah. Time to clean the backup camera. One Denny's chicken salad acquired. And I got a salad to eat at the next supercharger with freshly cooked chicken. Okay, it is decision time. So Google offers both routes. It shows them as one of them, it says, is longer than the other. Either way, but then those are interstates. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to make a decision and then we're just going to live with it. Do we go via Denver or Albuquerque? Those are your two choices. And I don't have an easy answer. Time is ticking on. I gotta go. If you look at the Albuquerque route, it doesn't feel like it's interstate. It feels like a bunch of smaller roads. And it is a nice sunny day. So I'm choosing Denver. I'm choosing Denver. Looks kind of pretty. Certainly at this point in the proceedings, I'm feeling I made the right decision. It's just stunning. It's just stunning. And if you did this during the summer, I guess it would be just as pretty, but in a different way. If you drove this all the time, you would see so much change. I've noticed today that the autopilot is doing a little more ping-ponging than I've noticed before. And ping-ponging is where a steering adjust system will kind of push you from one line to the other line to the other line to the other line. And Teslas are generally seen as being very good at just driving you in the middle between two lines. But I have noticed today that the autopilot has been ping-ponging a little, and I wonder if it's just something about the spacing of these lines. And so is it a software update that added some new feature but then introduced a bug? And that's, with such a rapid development of software in Teslas, sometimes what Tesla giveth in a new feature, they also taketh away in an extra problem, which they normally then fix very quickly too. They're incredibly responsive with their software. And if you compare that with other manufacturers where problems are rarely fixed in a given model year, they might be addressed in the next model year, then you have to go buy a new car to get that feature fixed, or to get that thing that bothers you about your current car addressed. Or if it is a software update, you have to take it back to the dealer, and maybe the dealer charges you money for plugging in a USB stick. I hope that I know the rest of the motoring industry is going to step up to this incredible bar that Tesla set, but I still think that Tesla has probably a 5-year jump on them as a result. 15 minutes until I can eat some salad. My stomach is telling me things. It is telling me things that I am poorly managing my food intake today, and it would like to have a word about that. Oh man, what a day. So cool. So very cool. I apologize for the close-up, I was handheld. I might need a shovel for this one, because okay, the cable doesn't reach, and so I'm gonna have to back it in, and if I overshoot this, I'm gonna squash the superchargers. Nailed it. That's pretty funny. I hope it doesn't sink into the snow or something. All right, onwards to Rock Springs, Wyoming. It reckons an hour and a half. The temperature is -3. We're still seeing this kind of common pattern of not quite being accurate, but it's nowhere near as bad as it has been. I'm going at 85. It's dry, even though it's cold. Such a spectacular drive. Red sky at night, and it is getting dark, so it's 20 to 6 now. I think I'm gonna try for the outskirts of Denver by the end of tonight. All right, we're on the move. It is 6 p.m. It's early evening, even though it's gone dark. I somewhat foolishly booked a hotel with a destination charger and prepaid for it in Austin for Friday night, and so I don't want to lose that money. So made it to Rawlins, Wyoming. The superchargers were pretty snowed in. It's charging now pretty rapidly, so it's powdery snow on top of black ice, and the car's traction control was having lots of fun, but it does, yeah, it works. It makes a bunch of funny noises as it grips and releases the various bits and bobs, and then it seems to do just fine. Okay, I am going to be smart for a change and call it a night in Rawlins. So I could try and go on to Laramie, but the live traffic data is already showing that it's backing up. The pass from Laramie to Cheyenne it's closed, according to the guy at the front desk who sold me some chocolate that I will be relying on later. So even if I got to Laramie, it's like an hour and a half away. That's kind of the best jump that I would get on tomorrow, and I'd rather do that in the day. It is 7:55 p.m, so I'll kind of take a slow night, get this video done, and see what it looks like in the morning. I may end up stuck here for a couple of days. I think worse things have happened, and I don't want to end up upside down in a ditch if I had the choice. So, yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings.